Hi, everybody. My name is Christy Garcia, and I'm the Director of Training for Advantage Treatment Centers. Today, we're going to be reviewing summaries. Now, don't forget to fill out the corresponding Google form that's linked in the description of this YouTube video so you can get training credit. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel, ATC Training, for future and past content. So let's get started. Today's presentation is on summaries. This is a basic overview of what a summary is and how we use them. Our training agenda today will cover what is a summary, what are the different types of summaries, why use them in the first place, and of course, we will include some practice. So, what is a summary? A summary is a tool that we use in good active listening to demonstrate to the client that we're listening and that we've understood what they've said. Much like reflections, summaries are a way for us to actively show we are listening by paraphrasing what we have heard. This can allow the person to clarify if we misheard something or just validate to us that we've heard it correctly. Oftentimes, when summaries are used correctly, it can help us to really narrow in on a focused behavior and really allow the conversation to go deeper. Summaries are also used to recap at the end of a conversation. Now, how we structure a summary is important, and there is a formula to how a summary should be structured. First, we're going to open the summary with a setup bookend. This will allow everyone to know we were about to summarize. Then you're going to recap what you've heard by using 3 reflective statements, highlighting key points. And then end the summary with a follow-up bookend that will guide the summary where it needs to go. The way we start a summary is really important. We want to set up the summary so that we don't get it interrupted by the client before we even finish the summary. It's really common for people to want to agree with you or even clarify something in the middle of a summary, especially if they don't know you're done yet. Letting them know at the beginning of that summary that you are about to summarize helps them tune their ears so that they know that you are, so they listen to what you're saying and they can let you finish without being interrupted. We typically start a summary with a setup bookend such as, let me summarize what you've said, let me see if I have this straight, or let me recap what I've heard so far. These are just some examples. There's many ways you can set up a summary. The next part of the summary is to summarize the main points through using 3 reflective statements. In order to be a summary, you do have to have a minimum of 3 reflections, but you could have more depending on context and length of the discussion. I would really be cautious to not use too many so that we don't overwhelm or overload the listener. Don't forget, a reflection is a statement that is just paraphrasing what has been said. Strategically, we want to highlight key points and leave out the fluff or non-relevant information while still emphasizing or highlighting any ambivalence or change. Some examples of a reflection you may highlight in a summary could be, sounds like you've been looking for a job. Seems like you've been struggling to get a response from potential employers. And even though you're frustrated, you're hopeful that more applications you put in, the more chances you have to find employment. Reflections are a really important part of the change process because they allow you to demonstrate empathy and understanding while letting the flow of the conversation continue and deepen. They also honor the person's own perspectives, values, and beliefs by not confronting or judging them, but rather reflecting back. You can strategically use reflections to reframe ideas, come alongside, or allow for introspection. If you are new to reflections and would like to know more, check out separate videos on reflections after this presentation, located in YouTube. The last structure of a summary is the follow-up bookend. This wraps up the summary and moves it into a specific direction, either to deepen the focused behavior, change subjects completely, or just transition to the end of the conversation. Some examples of a follow-up bookend are, so where does that leave you? What else would you like to add? Now tell me more about. There are three main types of summaries you can use in good active listening. The first one being a collecting summary, which recaps what has been said by the client, highlighting context that shows we're listening and understanding, as well as emphasizing key themes or areas we might want to explore further. This adds context for self-reflection or allows us to strengthen what has been said, giving an opportunity to expand and potentially deepen that topic. This is a great strategy when reinforcing change talk, softening sustained talk, or narrowing in on a target behavior. The second type is a linking summary, which connects a current statement to a previous one, showing how the client's thoughts and ideas are possibly interconnected. This is a great way to offer self-reflection and develop discrepancies that could exist between a client's thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and ideas and their current behaviors. Use linking summaries to allow us to help the client identify patterns while reinforcing change. The last type is a transitional summary. A transitional summary allows us to wrap up the current conversation, behavior, or topic, and shift to a completely new one, or just to go more specific into the current one. This allows the conversation to go from general to very specific. Transitional summaries can also be used to highlight important points and prepare for a deeper conversation while filtering out non-relevant information. Transitional summaries are a great tool in narrowing in on a single behavior or filter out information that the client has given a lot of context all at one time. Now, let's review an example of these different summary types by using a sample client statement. Here's the client statement we will use for our examples. I don't really know why I'm not getting a job. I put in applications at a variety of places, and I'm just not getting a call back. There aren't a lot of options in this town to begin with, and I don't want to do restaurant or fast food work. Everyone here works at a restaurant, and I'd rather not work with other clients or have to deal with the public at all. I'm not a people person, and I prefer to work alone. I keep putting in for jobs that match my personality, and I'm just coming up short. Why am I not getting interviews? And what am I supposed to do if I never get a call back? I'm afraid if I work in customer service, I'm going to get fired. Those type of jobs are just not for me. So let's start off with collecting summaries. And let's give an example of what a collecting summary could sound like using the client statement we just read. So let's summarize what you've said so far. You are frustrated that you've put in applications, but you're not getting a call back. You really want a job that suits your personality and work ethic, and you understand there might be customer service jobs out there. You just don't know what kind will work for you. You just know what kind of work is not for you. So where does that leave you? Notice how we recap what we understand from the conversation and express that we hear their perspective and point of view. This type of summary allows us to show understanding and come alongside. Here is an example of a linking summary using that same client statement. Let me see if I have this right. You want a job, you've been working tirelessly to find something that fits your personality and work ethic. On one hand, you feel that customer service might not be what you're looking for. And on the other hand, you see that there's a lot of those types of jobs available. And you are close to exhausting job search opportunities and may need to expand your search. Tell me what it might look like for you to explore a food service type job, but not have to deal with customers. Notice how we are linking key statements they made about wanting a job and limiting their job search by avoiding food service work. These type of summaries can be very strategic and helpful in pulling out change or exploring ambivalence or discrepancies between behaviors and attitude, thoughts, and beliefs. The last summary type is a transitional summary. And let's give an example based on that same client statement. What I've heard you say so far is that you've been putting in a lot of job search effort and seeing little results. You're putting in applications that match your personality and work ethic, but have not gotten any callbacks. And you aren't sure what to do after you have exhausted potential employers that fit these criteria. Let's explore how you job search. Tell me more about your job search process. Notice how we start off talking with the client about the broad topic of how his job search is going in general, with a plan to transition deeper into the specifics of how his job search process looks like. Now, that summary is 101. Let's move on to practice. You will want to click the link located in the description of the YouTube video, or if the link isn't clickable, please copy and paste it. And make sure to sign in using your ATC Google email account. If you use your personal account, you will not be able to gain access. Read the scenario and answer the questions, and you'll receive 30 minutes of training credit for watching both the video and completing the practice form. You can also request feedback on that form or sign up for coaching through the Google form if that's something you're interested in. Keep an eye out for more training content and videos that will be posted on our YouTube channel. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys so much for watching.